Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, we continue with our unit on multiplication. If you know how to multiply 2-digit by 2-digit numbers or 3-digit by 2-digit numbers, not one of these problems is any different than that. Not one. Let's start with estimating. Chloe, when we estimate, I'm going to say 9 times, is this number less than, greater than, or equal to 1? I'm calling Chloe. So we have 9 times less than 1, which means my answer is going to be smaller than 9. My answer is going to be smaller than 9. So that's my estimate here, smaller than 9. My answer is going to be smaller than 9. Not here, not here. Scout, how many numbers are going to be behind the decimal point in my answer? How many behind it in the question?
2.
3 numbers behind it in the question, 3 numbers behind the decimal point in the answer. Three numbers behind it in the question. The 3, the 8, and the 6 are all behind the decimal point in the question. So there are going to be 3 numbers behind it in the answer. My answer should be somewhere near 9. More than 9, probably, because this is almost 1. Less than 9, but pretty close to 9, because this is almost 1. That's pretty close to 1. Now, like I've said 48 times, when we multiply with decimals, we just rewrite it and we ignore the decimals. And everybody, being that you're in 5th grade, should be able to multiply 2-digit by 2-digit numbers. So here we go. Knox, what's 6 times 3?
6 times 3 is 18.
18. That gives me 18 ones. Or 8 ones and 1 10. Knox, what is 6 times 9?
6 times 9 is 54.
Plus 1 more that I carried over?
6.
55. Good. So I have 55 tens, which is the same as 5 hundreds and 5 tens. Now I'm moving over here to the tens place. So my first number is going to be in the tens place. Because I have 8 tens times 3 ones. Let's see, Seth. What is 8 times 3?
24.
24. So that's 24 tens, or 4 tens and 2 hundreds. Seth, what is 8 times 9? 72. What is 72 plus 2, Seth? 72 plus 2.
72 plus 2.
Good, 74. Now I add these two products together. 8, 9, 9, 7. We already said my answer has to be close to 9. If I put it here, it's 7,998. That's not very close to 9. If I put it here, it's 799 and 8 tenths. That's not very close to 9. If I put it here, it's 79 and 98 hundredths. That's not very close to 9. If I put it here, it's 7 and 998 thousandths. That's pretty close to 9. Plus, we already said there's 3 numbers behind the decimal point in the answer because there's 3 numbers behind the decimal point in the problem. All you have to do here is know how to multiply by 1-digit numbers, which every one of you knows how to multiply by a 1-digit number. If not, all you have to do is look at your multiplication chart. Yes, sir.
Do you keep it up there as an example?
I could do that. All right. We have 7 and 2 tenths times 8 and 7 tenths. Ryan, give me an estimate for this. Look at the whole numbers. What are my whole numbers?
7 and 8.
What's 7 times 8? Good. 56.
Thank you.
So my answer is going to be somewhere near 56. Somewhere near 56.
I am.
Brad, how many numbers are going to be behind the decimal point in my answer?
2.
2. There are 2 numbers behind the decimal point in my problem. There have to be 2 behind it in the answer. There have to be 2 behind it in the answer. Now I rewrite it just ignoring the decimal points. The decimal points don't matter until I get to the actual product. Now I have a 7 in my ones place. So I'm going to multiply using my 7. So if you know your 7s. If not, you look at your multiplication chart. Aiden, what's 7 times 2?
7 times 2 is 14.
14. Or 4 ones and 1 10. Aiden, what is 7 times 7?
7 times 7 is 49.
Plus 1 more?
50.
50. That's 5 hundreds, 0 tens. 5 hundreds. If you're carrying around 500, you're a baller. So you're also not a teacher. Now I'm going to my 8, which is in the tens place. My 8 is in the tens place. Azzy, what is 8 times 2? 16. That's 16 tens. Or 6 tens and 100. Azzy, what is 8 times 7?
56.
Plus the 1 more that I carried over?
57.
57. It's 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And I get 6, 2, 6, 4. Brad told me there has to be 2 numbers behind the decimal point. Ryan told me my answer's got to be somewhere near 56. And 62 is close to 56. I'm going to get in these numbers as long as I did the math right, or you guys did the math right. Because I just wrote down what you guys said. I mean, 6 isn't very close to 56. 626 isn't. 6,264 isn't. It's very helpful to estimate. 1 and 66 hundredths times 1 and 2 tenths. Grace, what is my estimate here? What are my whole numbers?
1.
1 and 1. So Grace, what's 1 times 1?
1.
1. So my estimate's 1. You know, this is more than 1, this is more than 1, so my answer is going to be more than 1. But that gives me a good idea. I can just use my whole numbers to give me a good idea of where my answer would be. And Micah, how many numbers are going to be behind the decimal point in my answer?
3.
3. There are 2 behind it here, 1 behind it there. So 3 behind decimal point. Behind decimal. Notice how I'm talking through these. You ought to be thinking through these as you do them. So then I rewrite it. I have 166 times 12. Well, this is an easy problem. All you have to know is your 2's and 1's. It's great. Everybody knows their 2's and 1's. Everybody. Colt!
Yeah.
We're starting in the 1's place. So it's 2 1's times 6 1's.
12.
12 1's. Or 1 10 and 2 1's. Colt, 6 times 2.
Is 12.
Plus 1 more.
Is 13.
Colt, 2 times 1.
2.
Plus 1.
3.
So now I'm going to my tens place here. This is for only the brave. They can do this. Only the hardworking that can do this. Dax. 1 times 6.
6.
Oh my gosh, he got it that quick. See that? Dax, 1 times 6.
6.
Oh my gosh, you got it like that again.
That's crazy.
Okay. Now take your time. Don't rush on this one. 1 times 1.
1.
Oh man.
Took longer on that one.
Now hopefully we all did our work right.
Yay.
My young friend Micah said my answer had to have 3 numbers behind the decimal point. My young friend Grace said my product had to be near 1. That's as close to 1 as we're going to get with these numbers. Grace told me it's going to be more than 1, obviously, because this is more than 1 and this is more than 1. We have to be knowing how to multiply.
Bye.
Boom, shakalaka, peace out, God bless, love you. Subscribe.